Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, we're going to be counting down the top 10 DC Universe Classics figures. Many of you guys out there have requested this video. You guys know I have all of them, all of the running changes, all of the variants, and you're curious which ones I think are the best. So I've gone ahead and I've compiled a list, and of course there are some that are interchangeable, some that are really good, but I just felt like for some reason they didn't deserve to be up here. Maybe you could swap them out, so that's fine. This is a rather subjective type of list, but here they are. These are the figures that I think are the best from the DCUC line. I just couldn't bring myself to make this list without including Artemis. She's technically a variant of Wonder Woman, but she's really more like a running line change. She's got some unique parts to her, the boots especially, the head obviously, and then she's got the new quiver. She's just a really solid figure, and I'm glad they were able to squeeze her into the line, even if it had to be as a variant. It's really nice to have her, and they did a really good job with the figure. Hawkgirl is one of those figures where it just looks right. They did a really great job with the paintwork on her head, the black with the orange and the yellow shading, compared with the nice sculpt work for the boots. She's got a nice batch of accessories, and of course, she's got those awesome wings. Not only are they articulated well enough, but they have a really solid paint job on them. It would have been easy to just make them solid gray, but they didn't. This is a really appealing figure, and definitely one that you want to have in your collection. Without a doubt, one of my favorite female figures from the DCUC line. Big Barda is a figure that has tons of paintwork and a fair amount of sculpt work on top of all of that sculpted scale mail. This figure is super appealing because it has so much variation. We're loaded with saturated colors and obviously tons of new sculpt work. It stands out amongst all of the other DCUC figures just because it is so unique. And on top of that, you have the choice of getting either the helmeted version or the unhelmeted version. So on top of having this really fantastic figure, you even get more choice in that you can have whichever one you prefer. The Ezreal Batman is one of those figures that's going to look really appealing on a shelf. He has some of the newer enhanced articulation and obviously loads of cool sculpt work. On top of that new sculpt work, which is obviously very unique to this character, he's got a really nice paint job. We have that silver on top of the gray, the metallic blues and golds with pops of red and some really nice bright colors coming through. It's just a very, very appealing figure, very good to look at, and a very nice shelf piece. It would be hard for me to make a top 10 list of DCUC figures without including a Hawkman, but it would be impossible for me to not include this Hawkman. He's got the awesome wings that we've seen before, but still they have an awesome paint job, and on top of that we have this new metallic gold armor which really makes this figure pop. His traditional look is a really good look, but this one is even better. This guy looks great on a shelf with those nice accessories, and then he's got a nice sculpt job and some really nice paintwork to go with it. The hooded Green Arrow figure has a ton of new sculpt work and a really incredible paint job. The only downside to this guy is that he has that really lousy bow accessory, but even his quiver is painted well. He's got the little bolts on his gauntlets. You can see he's got a new strap on his leg, and then like I said, tons of sculpt work for the torso, which is matched with equally impressive paint work. We don't have many DCUC figures like this, which makes this guy stand out in a crowd. Ares is one of those figures that I think everybody should own. Even if you don't collect DCUC figures, this guy is a perfect example of a great 1/12 scale figure. He's got a ton of unique sculpt work, a ton of great paint work, and he's quite large. On top of that, he comes with some pretty cool accessories. This guy's loaded with paint detail and sculpt detail, and there's really not much more you could ask. The only thing that would make this guy better is double jointed elbows and knees, but he's really fine without them, so I definitely recommend this one. Steppenwolf is one of those figures that might just be my favorite. The green version in particular is incredibly impressive. He's loaded with paint detail, everything is shaded, he's got tons of new parts, including a bunch of accessories, and then even the brown and red version is a really good figure. He does use more of the standard parts and fewer of the additional parts, but he's still got a ton of them, and that cool axe accessory. This guy, either one of them, easily deserves to be on the list, but the green one in particular is highly impressive, and I suggest anybody out there go get the figure. It's really that good. The blue Beetle figure features 100% new sculpt work with enhanced articulation. This guy has double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, a wrist hinge, and a swivel, and he has really nice paintwork to go with it. this is the perfect DCUC figure. They did everything they needed to make this figure really impressive. He even has the nice translucent blue wing accessory for his back. It's really a shame more of the DCUC figures didn't pick up what this guy started. They just kind of went back to their old ways, unfortunately, very, very quickly after this guy came out. Plastic Man here is a Comic-Con exclusive, so maybe he shouldn't be on the list, but I think he should because he is that darn good. As you can see, he comes with some interchangeable parts to represent his superpower, but he also comes with a bunch of other parts that aren't shown here. He's got probably more accessories than any DCUC figure, and they are all very well executed, from the springy lower half to the stretchy arms to the ball and paddle thing that you see there. This guy's really well done and a super fun figure to have in the collection. It might be considered cheating to include Lobo in this list since he was a Comic-Con exclusive, but he is a fantastic figure. He's got everything you could want other than double jointed elbows and knees. He's loaded with paint detail, loaded with sculpt detail, has some really cool accessories. Sure, the gun was reused, but he's got the chain and the hook, and he's just got it all. He even comes with dog and his sunglasses, which aren't actually sunglasses. They're 3D glasses, and they colored them appropriately. This guy is just a really, really nice figure, and even though he's a Comic-Con exclusive, I had to put him on the list.